head over to Coach Johnson's territory, the Midwest.
West.
The Midwest is led by the Houston Cougars. And you see, this is the region, the field that we have in the Midwest. How did it go down? Well, the top seed, the Houston Cougars, come out of this region, this part of the region for the first part, defeating SIU Edwardsville 78-40. They in 3 minutes, Houston put them to bed in 3 minutes.
I saw someone type the Cougars didn't have to score a point in the second half, and they still would have beaten Southern Illinois by double digits. I was like, wow.
Yes, that game was over fastly. Over. And then they faced off against Gonzaga, and they had Gonzaga chasing them the entire game.
Yeah, I liked what I saw defensively more than offensively from the Cougs when it came to Gonzaga. What I wanted to see was their defensive intensity. I was wanting to see if it was going to either be solved or if it was going to give the Bulldogs issues, and it gave them issues. And I like that. I like seeing that. The only issue that I have with the Cougs is I think they have to diversify their offense just a little bit more, and they got to get easier buckets in the post. They got some easy points in the post. They need to get easier points in the post. They're struggling too hard to get points in the paint.
LJ acquired 30 points, 8 for 15 from the field, 6 from 11 from 3-point range. Gonzaga was playing catch up from the get go, and they could not catch the Cougars.
Yeah, they were.
So top seed Houston, moving on. Who's moving on with them? The second seed, the Tennessee Volunteers.
I don't wonder why the sky's orange around here.
Wofford came in, but the Volunteers volleyed them right out the tournament right away. 77-62, and then they did the same. And then they volunteered the Bruins right out the tournament. 67-58.
And you say I'm vicious.
I wanted to say that. I'm sorry.
Here's the key to Tennessee all year long. I demand that kudos on the wordplay, sir. Here's the key to Tennessee. I think they noticed you got Alabama, who is athletic and they run up and down. They got Auburn, who is athletic and run up and down. They got Florida, who's athletic and can run up and down. This team, they invest their time to be more defensively strong. And I think having those tests and those three teams, I think it served them really well. And I feel for Houston. Should these two teams be in the Elite Eight? Man.
Chaz Lanier, 29 points against Wofford, 20 points against UCLA. He shot a combined 17 for 36 from the field, 10 for 18 from 3-point range, and has combined 9 rebounds. Notice I said Chaz Lanier. I ain't even bring up the guy Ziegler, who is the point guard for the Volunteers, by the way. Mm-hmm. And the SEC Defensive Player of the Year, by the way.
Yeah.
But hey.
That's what they need. They need more of that. This is what they need to do. No, they need to hold teams to 60 points a game. That's what they need to do. They need to lock in on that. And if they do, some teams are going to struggle against them. Ooh, man.
All right, you got the 1 seed, you got the 2 seed. Who's the third team? Well, the third team going right in order. The 3 seed, the Kentucky Wildcats.
A team that Tennessee knows very well.
76-57 over Troy. 84-75 over Illinois. You had Owie against Troy going for 20 points, 8 boards and 6 assists. Then you had Kobe Breer going for 23 points and 6 boards against the Illinois and gets the final 9.
That round of 32 game, Uh, I think it went a little too up and down to my liking. I'm talking about from it, just looking from Kentucky's end, because they seemed to have control of it early, and then like midway through the first half, they decided, okay, we're good, and they coasted. And the Illini fought back, and it was a decent game until the end, obviously. But the ebbs and flows of how Kentucky is, I think that is going to work against them going forward.
So you got the Big Blue Nation standing up, getting heading to Indianapolis. But that's 3 teams. Who's the 14?
Hmm.
Well, Coach Johnson, we talked about Auburn with a small contingent of Ole Miss people going heading to the ATL.
Tennessee and Kentucky. Hmm.
No, I'm doing the
Oh,
regional
original.
settings. We
Okay.
talked about the East region being in New Jersey, but it's going to be all Blue Devil country.
Oh, double level. Hmm.
This region here, your region here for the Houston Cougars is in Indianapolis, and the
Yeah.
Purdue Boilermakers decided to join the party.
Yeah. Yeah. It will be all Purdue.
The
All Purdue.
the 4 seed Purdue knocked off High Point 75-63, and they took down upset-minded McNeese without a problem, 76-62.
Well, if for nothing else, it looks like the Boilermakers are consistent. Um, this is something that I hope the Cougars actually look at here because this is their next opponent. Uh, you got a team that's willing to grind on the defensive end too, like you are. You got to be willing to do like what you did with Gonzaga, because Gonzaga actually was a team that was pretty good offensively. They, if I'm not mistaken, I think they averaged for the year like 84 points a game. So I think the formula for the Cougs when it comes to the Boilermakers is going to be really simple. It's going to be the similar one as with Gonzaga. You're going to have to force them to play more offense than defense. Because if they're focused more on offense, defensively, they won't be able to stop you as well. So I think that's what the Cougs need to do, because if the Cougs can't hit on their end, trouble can be had. And like you said, this regional is in Indy, and the Hoosiers are all about their basketball, and they will root for any team that's from the state. The Indiana, Notre Dame, in this case, Purdue.
Trey Kaufman Renner for the Purdue Boilermakers, they star player, 21 points against High Point, and then he backed it up with 22 against McNeese. He has a combined 23 rebounds from the 2 games. So their star big man, he's playing well. But the level of competition rises now. The 4 teams heading to Indianapolis, Houston, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Purdue. Your top 4 seeds, all advanced in the Midwest region.
And we get to see an all East SEC battle in the Sweet 16.
For the 3rd time.
Yeah.
And Kentucky's 2-0.
See, so you know Tennessee's going to come for bear, and that's cool.
And then
I want to see
the
that.
1 seed at a disadvantage.
I think so. And I'm saying this as a Cougs fan, and actually I picked the Cougs to go all the way. Yeah, they are at a disadvantage. Because
I mean, we gonna preview it. We gonna preview it, but just
okay.
throwing it out there, the Cougs, the number 1 seed in the region.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, if we're gonna preview the Sweet 16,
We gonna
okay,
preview it.
then okay.